Hello and welcome to the progress. I am Aravikalife. In today's video, we are going to look about the basics of the economics. Before looking into the basics of the economics, we should understand what is economics. I will give you a small scenario by which you can understand what is economics. Consider there is one person with a salary of 10,000 rupees. Okay, he is having lot of things to buy, like he wants to buy a mobile phone, he wants to buy a laptop, he wants to buy a TV. Like this, he is having large number of wishes. But for fulfilling these wishes, the source, that is salary, is very scarce or very limited. With this scarce 10,000 rupees, he can't fulfill all his marked wishes. So what he will do? He will sit and he will simply prioritize what is important, what is not important. Like this, he will prioritize and he will use the source only to the most important things and he will leave out the other thing. So it is the behavior in which how he is using the scarce resource to get the efficient output from the scarce resource. This behavior is nothing but economics. Suppose if he is having non-scarce resource, he is having 10,000 rupees salary and all his wishes are fitting into the bracket of 10,000 rupees. In this case, there is no need to sit and plan or prioritize what is required or what is not required. He can buy anything. In this case, no economics is needed. But when the resources are scarce, economics comes into the picture for prioritizing the most efficient option. So this is the economics in a small perspective. In the large perspective, economy is nothing but study of how the society uses the scarce available resources to make the efficient goods and services and how they distribute it among the people. This is the economics. Now we know what is economics. Now we will understand how we are going to see or view the economics. Like this pin is here. This pin can be viewed from the top or it can be viewed from the bottom. Like this, economy as a subject can be viewed by macro or your micro view. What is this macro and micro view? Consider you and your friend are going to a garden of total 10 trees. After coming back from the garden, in the house, you both are discussing about the trees. During the discussion, your friend can tell only about one tree. In spite he saw all the 10 trees, he observed only one tree. So he can talk only about the one tree. On the same hand, you can explain about all the 10 trees. So your view is very macro. Your friend's view is very narrow or micro view. The same logic when applied to the economics, economics is having many fields like iron and steel industry, your cement industry is there, coal industry is there, fertilizer industry is there, like this many industries are there. In this industry, I am marking or I am viewing about the economic activities happening in, let's say, only in the iron and steel industry, and I am concluding the economy is like this. Whether it is fair? No, it is only result of the iron and steel industry. It is a micro view. To tell about the economy or to predict the economy, I have to look about all the industries, then only I can conclude. So we need the macro view. Micro view is only limited to the single thing. Therefore, in macro view, we are seeing the economics in the whole, in the entirety we are seeing, in the bird's eye view. But in the micro, we are seeing only a small picture of the macro. Then, in macro, we are considering the aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Aggregate, don't get confused, aggregate is nothing but total. Let's consider, in this room, there are only two objects. One is your pen and another is this mobile phone. So, I am observing the economy. That is, I am seeing the demand and supply of this pen and demand and supply of this mobile phone. Therefore, total demand, aggregate demand and supply of the objects is the macro. Suppose in this I am only considering this pen and I am leaving the mobile phone, then single demand, single supply. It is a micro view. And same way, macro is based on your price theory. and microeconomics is based on the income and employment theory. We see most about the macro and micro views. Now, you are confused. In the civil services preparation, what specs we are going to wear to view the economics? I mean, what view we are going to choose, macro or micro? Answer is very simple. We are going to consider only the macro view and we are going to leave the micro view. Why we are going to leave the micro view? It is very simple. Consider, in the written part of the civil services examination, there is your prelims and here comes your mains. In the prelims, suppose for example there are 20 questions are asked from the economics. You keep like this. In this 20 questions, hardly one or two questions will be coming from the micro and rest of the 18 questions will be from your macroeconomics only. And even for this two questions, answering these two questions in the microeconomics, you have to look through large amount of figures, data, formulas, text, numerals like this. Even after studying all the sources, whether you will be in the position to answer this two question is not guaranteed. Therefore, cost to benefit analysis of the microanalysis is very less. And one more point, when coming to the mains, in the syllabus of the economics, there is no mention of the term microeconomics. Therefore, naturally, there is no need to study the microeconomics. Unless and until you are going to do specialization in the economics. I think which you are not going to do. We are here to study and crack only the civil services examination. So we are going to use the macro view. I hope you understood the concept of macro, micro, and what is meant by the economics. Economics is nothing but the behavior or study of the behavior, how we are using the scarce resources. Okay? And how we are going to view the economics also we got through. In the next video, in the next session, we are going to look about the types of economy. You will be wondered to listen. The world is divided on many factors like religion, like many factors. But out of all the factors, economy plays a major role in dividing the world. So what are those factors? How the economy is divided? What are the types of economy? Like this, we will see all the most important facts in the upcoming video. Thanks for being with me and have a great day. Thanks a lot.